All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. I'm going to show you a clip from the live stream, the 11 at 11 call. We call people. We've been doing it for the last 2 weeks, so I'm going to get all of these clips up. This was a highlight from the call on Friday. I'm going to start working on all of them. It's really long, but you get to hear Grant's story. So he's been on the stream, and it's an awesome story. College student selling fake IDs to getting into options. We talk about his friends and the influence on trading, the psychology, should you be making money? Just a lot of stuff. I think it really appeals to beginners and a lot of people, I think, who've even been doing this, whether you're just starting or really you've been at it for a year or two. It's a really great call. A lot of people liked it, so we're posting that. So if you guys ever want to be on the phone call, follow me on Instagram. It's there on the screen at The Trading Fraternity. It's also in the description of this video. DM me your phone number. We do it every day. And you could even go on the stock market channel. This is where we do it live. So we are trading live. This whole clip, we were trading live throughout the day. I even made a trade on LH as we're doing it. But you can come there. Just come to the description of this video. It'll say youtube.com/thestockmarket, or it will be pinned in the comments. But send me your number. I'd love to get on a call with you guys. It was fun. But you could go to the live channel, and if you just go at 11 o'clock on any of the videos, you could listen to all the calls. So there's a lot of good ones. I still need to post them up here. So I'm going to start with this one just because it's recent. A lot of people liked it. It's a good long one. So enjoy your weekend, guys. You get a little philosophy video in here. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you are new. And I will see you tomorrow for the watch list. All right, baby. So this is Grant. This is Grant Gailey. I have to get back into the mode. You see, me and Grant, I love this kid. I've talked to him. He's actually seen my face before. So we have this, I might be a little, how do I say it, colloquial. We might be talking a little, but we have to keep it professional here. So, Grant, talk about it, man. Tell him about yourself. Who are you? How old are you? Where are you from? What got you into trading? What made you want to join a cult? And what are we going to talk about today?
All right. So I'm Grant Ganley, and I go to the University of Tampa. I'm a finance major. Let's see. I just turned 21 years old.
Hey, wait, hold on. Let me stop you right there. Why is it all of you finance in like econ majors? Why do you guys all want to learn how to trade stocks? I thought they teach you that.
Okay. No, that's a fair question. But so this goes back to why I joined and why I wanted to trade stocks is because I got kicked out of school for selling fake IDs.
Hey. And
that's how I found the cult. And so while I was kicked out of school, I was like, yeah, what better way to, be efficient with my time than join a cult? Definitely. And then, so I came back to school, and I don't know, I like the finance side because it'll just give me a better understanding of, reading balance sheets and stuff like that, and get it. I like the finance side of things. I don't really think anything else would interest me as much as the finance.
Really? So, like, what did you want to be as a little boy? When, like, you were a little kid, what did you tell your mom and dad that I wanted to be this? And it wasn't a Chippendales dancer, was it?
No. Okay. No, that didn't come till later.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was figured.
But yeah, so as a kid, no one in my family really makes a whole lot of money. So for like a business perspective, I didn't have much of that. Like
no. Screw business. What did you want to do? Like, even though I'm 5'6".
Well, as a kid, I'd always thought this wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do, and I'll explain that. But like as a kid growing up, I always just thought I was gonna be a cop, like my dad.
Yeah. No. Exactly. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Like, that was where it was.
And then I took an entrepreneurship class senior year of high school, and because I was always like I was flipping. Back before there were Yeezys, I was always flipping shoes, and I don't know, that's how I used to make my money. I was always a little hustler. So then I was like, fuck it, I'll take an entrepreneurship class. I took a class, and then we had this, I don't know if anyone else has taken this, but it's called the World Series of Innovation. And you had to come up with different ideas for, like, companies like GoDaddy, Coca-Cola, Microsoft. So either way, I made a business plan for this, like, water bottle idea, which was, like, Coca-Cola's challenge, and I, like, placed in it. Which was like I had to place top 10, and it was a global challenge because it was all online.
Oh wow!
So that just kind of so that sparked my interest, like really getting into business. And then conveniently later that year, because I'd played lacrosse, I tore my ACL, so I wasn't going to go to like school just to play lacrosse anymore. And then I took that class. I like business, so then I ended up going to Oklahoma State for my freshman year because I just Googled top 25 entrepreneurship programs, and then I picked one off the list and just went.
Interesting. I see. I didn't
Yeah.
know that about you. That's very interesting. So that's when it
Uh-huh.
started. So then, what about like this love for like the stock market? When did that like? I guess because again, and that's why I asked
Yeah.
like, what did you want to be when it was there? And like you were like, oh, no one made money, no business. I said no. Like, what did you want to do? Like, I wanted to be a basketball player, and like that's where a lot of people here, just because everybody always tells me they're like, I want to be a stock trader and I want to do this. I'm like, do you actually like it? I think a lot of people like sitting at home and easy work. Like I click buttons and I get rich.
Yeah.
That sounds great to everybody, but it's just like if you don't have a passion for like again even business, the fact that you were kind of thrown into something, even you see that was related to business, but it wasn't related to the stock market. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. So
So
I always liked business, right? Like any kind of business. Like I hustled, like I probably sold stuff on Craigslist, flipped quads, and was selling shoes. So I was just any kind of business I liked. So I was like, all right, entrepreneurship, right? It made sense to me. And then so when I was still entrepreneurship, I transferred to UT for my sophomore year and got kicked out my second semester. So when I was home, I was like, well, let me make something out of this. Let me at least like because I kept thinking to myself, like, I got kicked out of school. I just have no skill to me. You know, like I have a passion for business, but there was no material skill that I could use. So I just looked up online. I was like, what could I learn as a kid that got kicked out of school? And so I found drop shipping, real estate, and the stock market. And I
you
tried all
found
three.
you found all the things that all the other dropouts are marketing to the dropouts.
Exactly.
Isn't that funny?
So I tried all three. So I ran a drop shipping store. I bought courses on it. I ran that for like 2 months, and I went and took my real estate course in Connecticut, and I had a job lined up at Berkshire Hathaway, and then I tried the stocks. And out of all of them, like I just love stocks. There's more I learned on it, and I hate sitting inside. I'm like an ADD kid. Like I just jump around all day, and I
Yeah,
hate sitting
that's
inside. I'm in Florida, and I'm getting pale as fuck, and I don't like it. But like I'm just glued. It's just what I fuck with.
isn't that funny? That's why I said it's starting it. All right, so this is I think you I already know a lot about you. A lot of this even makes sense in it. I'm even surprised a little bit. But now let's get into the good stuff, man. What do you got for me? What's up, man? You've been going through crazy growth. You had an issue today. It's this. We were
Yeah.
talking
So
emotions. What's
I'll
going
talk
on?
about like my trading account because whatever. Like I'm not gonna like. I don't care about like disclosing the amount that I trade with and stuff like that because I don't think it matters. And I think it'll help a lot of other people on here that are like in college or trading with like smaller accounts. So when I traded back like when I started. I think I hopped on the stream in like August, and that's when I got to know you. And so I was trading with. I think at then I was trading a bunch of pot stocks, but I was working. I was landscaping, so I had like I think I'd put in maybe $3,000 into my account, and I grew that count to like 6,500, and then lost all of it. I think had like it was all TLRY and CGC puts because I was just because I'm naive because I didn't know. And
See,
I would look online and people were like, "Yeah, these are overbought. Fundamentals don't make sense." And then like I would look up like the EPS or something like that and be like, "It doesn't make sense." So I just bought puts. I put like $4,000 on them.
You're like they're
And
right.
so
It doesn't make
yeah, I'm like,
sense.
yeah. So I'm like, yo, like, so I had I think all $6,000 on there. And then I don't know. They gapped up. They ran. I didn't know what I was doing. No, I had no skill to it. I just knew what options were, and I knew about trading, but didn't know like the complexities of them or how they work. So I ended up blowing up that account.
So you
I think
literally you literally just did it at the most basic level. You just knew
yeah,
if you bought this thing and literally emphasis on calling it this thing, you didn't know what the fuck it was. You were just saying, "Hey, if I bought it at this price, it could go like this and I could just sell it for more." It was just basic,
yeah.
just buy
Like I
something,
remember,
sell it.
like so I was trading stocks. I got into Ricky Gutierrez was the first person I found on the internet. I bought his course. I'm like, let me learn. But I only had like $3,000. So to me, like I was trading. I think I remember like my first profitable trade was like Barnes and Noble off earnings, and I made like fucking 824. And I was gassed. And so like my mom, you know how moms are. So she's hyping me up to everyone. She's like, he's nasty. He's nasty. He's trading stocks. Like I just got kicked out of school. She's still proud of me. She ends up telling our financial advisor, and our financial advisor is like, "Oh, like no, like you should trade options." And I remember him calling me, and I remember like me trying to play it off, like I knew what he was talking because I knew he was giving me his time. I wanted to be respectful, but he was explaining these things to me, and I had no clue what he was talking about. So I eventually, I was playing the pot stocks at that point. I had shares in CGC, ACB, and one other one. And so he was like, no, the next time you think you're going to move, he's like, buy a call. He's like, buy a cheap one. Just look how it moves. You'll start to understand how it works. And I was at work. I was landscaping, and I bought one. Of course, I didn't listen. I bought like a $250 call. And I think it ended up going 100%. And while I'm at work, I just made $250. And I dropped the backpack blower. I was running around. I was so gassed up. And so then I started learning about options. And then I found you because I was like, I just need to learn about options. And you were one of the best. Like, I just literally Googled, like, I don't know what I even probably Googled that time. It was probably such like an entry level question, but
you probably Google hot boys trading options. I think that's what you Google.
So I threw that in there and found you, and then I don't know. I stuck with options. I really like options. I think it makes the most sense for anyone trading with $2,000. I mean, people can like argue that, everyone have their opinion, but for me, I've put so much time into learning it, and I know what I can do with that money because I've seen the plays happen. That I've kind of committed to learning just options at this point.
That's
not
good.
Not going to limit myself to, but I want to micro focus at first, nail options, and then if I want to branch out, I can branch out.
Well, yeah, and I think options. Well, that's the beauty of it, though, because you can't do options without knowing stocks. So
yeah,
simple
Very
as
true.
that. So you're already branched into the stocks. That's the best part. I think too for you, as every single fucking young guy who's ever called, man. You guys have to take advantage of your time, though. You see what I'm saying? Like the next. So I don't care when you refund your account or whatever. I think you already did that, but
yeah, just recently.
So start getting 10% saved and start getting a long-term portfolio built up. I'm telling you, go buy. I thought about this the other day. Snapchat, bro. I'm telling you, just start buying shares of Snapchat or Redfin. I haven't bought Snapchat yet. I want to though. I really do.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things I learned over time because I just kept trying to force options because, I mean, if you put in perspective, I was kicked out of school and I didn't know if I was going to be able to come back. So, like, I was just trying to, like, I wanted to, like, put it in the school's face and be like, oh, you kicked me out, but now, I turned $3,000 into, like, $50,000. Like, go fuck yourself. Mm-hmm. But, like, so I kept forcing options and looking back at it, I remember because my boss, who I worked for the landscape company, is a very smart businessman. And so he always cracks up. He always like asks me like, "Oh, how's the market doing?" He would always test me on my knowledge. And I remember like around December, I was like, "Oh, well, we're down like 20% off our highs or whatever for the year." Like usually, like a recession. Like I don't know. I had like some fact, but the whole point is like at that point I knew that I should at least been just buying shares there because if I was someone else or I had to give someone else from them, I would be like it would have been smart to start scaling into some shares because the likelihood that we drop another 20% was so statistically unlikely, although it could happen.
See,
and so I remember looking back at that.
Nah. You're thinking way too much about it. Isn't that crazy? And I like to go deep and think a lot.
No, like I've thought about it. I've learned from it. I'm just saying, like I look back and I saw how much time I spent in the market. And like if I just started picking up shares when like in my own head I thought that it was a good idea, I could have already had a pretty like good gain on a long-term portfolio.
Oh yeah, but that still would be nothing. That's the crazy part I'm telling you, because the advice I'm giving to you and the young guys about this long-term investing, even with like 10% of whatever you have, I'm talking it's going to compound over 5-10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
My Amazon after the first year, it went up a lot and it was like cool. That was a lot of money, but it wasn't like, anything ridiculous, right?
Yep. Definitely.
5 years later, it's almost up 1,000% on shares. You see what I'm saying? It really starts to compound. But like, take advantage of the time and where I think a lot of people, don't even view it as like even trading or making money. These are going to be like your bank account. These are like, collect them like Pokemon cards or whatever. Just stick it in an account and get your fucking ass to own part of the rights to this equity. You see what I'm saying? All this stuff coming out, when you're going to look back and explain to your kids, they're going to be on Snapchat. They're going to be on other stuff and people, and you're going to be explaining it, and you don't want to be the person like, damn, how the fuck did I miss that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And it was right.
So I realized that just after that short period, and then it's like, yeah, exactly. So if I look at that at a 10-year period, like I kind of know what I want to do now. So now I have
So think,
I
but
have a
that's
$2,000 account, and all I want to like. So I have like my setup for like how I want to swing trade. What like I think I've just like looked back over what I can be the most successful with, and trying to take those and then those profits, like you said, just pay yourself, and paying myself would just be the take the $100 over that I go 2,000 and just go buy some shares and just
amen.
kind of just keep dabbling like that. Because with $2,000, I know what I can do with it. I can really work, especially this week. I had so many contracts that were good. You know what I mean? So with the right formula, I can start paying myself a little bit. You know.
You will. You definitely will be able to. But even I'm telling you though, even though I keep coming back to these shares with it because what I'm saying is I don't want you to don't waste your money, don't burn it. That's all. It's just because and even it just and this is gonna be stuff you're gonna buy it and not even looking at it, but it's just someone posted something in it. I was gonna look at it and it made me there. Personally, I would not own Snap. Yeah, I mean it goes every way, but you could look at it in the sense of it's just it's investing in this stuff here now. It's just like some stuff isn't going to go away, but it's taking advantage. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'm all jumbled with it, but going back to even like now the trades today though, even trading in general though, are you? It's just like I think that's it. I'm all over. I'm coming back. It's the timing, the years, and the timing, and even this is what I was going to tell you today with like your emotions. You've been doing so good. I've seen you just grow in 6 months. It's amazing. And now the next level is that you're doing good and you've made progress. Like look at your rate of change on your own progress. Right? If you were an option grant, you've probably already went up 1,000%. Right?
Yeah.
So think about now at the next level. You're half of the year in. What happens for the next half?
Yeah.
I'm asking
I think
you.
in the beginning I was like,
No, I don't care about the beginning. What happens now to the next half? You've grown 1,000%. Now what?
For me now, I want to see my account reflect that because I think I'm at a point where it should. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be crazy growth, but I think at some point I've learned enough that my account should at least start to reflect what I've learned. So now I'm looking at my account and kind of auditing, like, am I taking all the information that I've learned and am I applying it in like a disciplined manner that will start to like slowly grow my account?
So, I'm going to tell you that answered everything. That answer to that question, you just told me your expectation and your own expectation for growth. And you said,
"Oh, you're right."
You're saying it should reflect what you are. So you've gone all this knowledge, you've went up 1,000%, but now you're saying your account in the future should reflect that in the next 6 months of growth. Huh? Because I'll tell you this.
I know, it's contradicting principles.
No. It's not. It's not. Nothing is contradicting. You see what I'm saying? It's just that's why I'm saying it out loud. Because when you say it out loud, it starts to sound a little differently, and you're like, huh. That's all. But nothing is contradicting. You know? So, because I'm thinking about this. If that's what you said, you know, it should. I've learned all this. It should reflect that. So my my buddy, Lending Tips. You saw Lending Tips. He had a kid recently. He had a baby boy, right? And I think the kid's a year old right now. But like after the first 6 months, I'm looking at him, and I'm just like, I mean, it doesn't look like a little alien anymore, but like he's not talking, he's not walking. You know, it's like if I were to say, well, this isn't really reflecting the last 6 months. He spent 6 months at it, or in the next year now, am I going to expect him to be a human? Or then now a year goes by, and I'm like, wait, you know, he's still barely talking. I don't think it's working. Is he actually learning? Is the kid actually growing, or should I assume he's retarded or developmentally problems?
Wow. You know what? That's a really good way for at least me to think about it. Because, you know, I kept asking myself that question, you know, which is kind of funny. Like, are you retarded? Like, how did you just spend 8 months working at something? And when kids ask you, like, oh, like, I see you work at this all day. You read all these books. Like, you must be smart. They're like, how much money do you make? And I'm like, I'm down, like, $6,000. Like, what do you mean? And it's like, so I kept asking myself that, like, Like, am I retarded?
No, you're not.
Like,
You're not.
so
It's
like no, like obviously I know that. So like I'm like no, because 8 months ago you didn't know what an option was. You were trading while you were landscaping. So like the improvement has been crazy. I used to like backpack off like either your trades or Jeff Bishop's plays. Now I can like if I turned off your streams and the internet, I think I could still trade and find the trades on my own. So that alone has been like a huge piece of progress for myself. So it's just
Dude,
like
I know. It's that's what I'm saying. And you even said it. You're like, I started 8 months ago, and look at what I've done. Guess what? You're not retarded, my friend. You're just a little inexperienced. That's it.
yep,
So that's why
definitely.
you're experienced. And I'm not saying you lack skills. The only experience you're lacking is understanding how the money tree grows, my friend. And then you're taking opinions from uninitiated, uninformed people who also do not have experience with money or growth or anything like that. So what does the uninitiated first person, what's the first thing they say if you're not smart enough to gauge the success at this? How much money do you have?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
no, you're right.
So
yeah,
then
yeah.
you're
See,
viewing.
that's why I literally can't thank you enough because like I literally come from like total suburbs, you know what I mean? So I don't have like a money influence. Like my grandfather made a lot of money, but he was like too old where I never got to talk to him about it. But I don't think he was ever money smart. I never had anyone around me that was money smart. So learning all these lessons, like I know I was starting at like ground zero. Like I grew up, my parents said just like save to save, and I'd be like, why save? And they'd just be like, just save it. And then they're like, they never invested it. Like so, oh my god, it's insane. Just the influence that you've had in my life, like in terms of like what you call it, like a like fiscal maturity. So I just want to say thank you for that because you're due for a majority of the improvement in that area.
Hey man, well I love it, man. Why do you think I like you so much? You know, because I've talked with so many people and see people. It's just who's doing it though. You know what I'm saying? It's your approach to it. You're not. You say I could. You know I like to joke around. I'll mess with you. I could be harsh with you. Anything, but you take it. You grow with it. You're getting. You know it's like where you work out. You're swole as shit. You get it. You get broken down, so you get stronger with it. But you're not backtracking. You know you still have. Isn't it funny? You still have the same doubts as everybody. Oh shit, am I smart? Should I be doing this? You know what I'm saying? But you're still doing what you're doing, and you're not letting the doubt overtake it. You keep doing it. So that's why it's like, man, if you just as much as you could be thankful, I'm thankful that you're using it. You know that I have a video on my channel because I know a lot of people. I've got to meet a lot of people. I've been blessed with the opportunities, the connections I have. It's amazing, and people will tell me. Even to this day, people will say, I'm just lucky. And they'll say, you're lucky. Even down to my trades, yep. I'm lucky. And guess what? I just say, you know, God is good. Jesus loves me. But at the end of the day, the only thing I'm lucky about is that I was lucky enough to have the desire to succeed before I met the thing that made me lucky. So,
yeah, absolutely, right?
So,
because you always have to go out and seek that knowledge.
Exactly.
It just comes in your life. Like you didn't just come into my life and just scoop me up and be like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna teach you everything." You know, like a lot of you gotta go out and want to learn it.
Oh, see, it goes even deeper than that because you see, there's one thing to seek, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's the guy. That's what I'm saying. You got lucky. You got lucky that you were prepared for the opportunity. Yeah. You were literally
not even thinking the way that I think, because no one in my family thinks the way that I think. So why genetically that I ever thought the way that I think, I have no clue. See, so for that, yeah, complete blessing.
It's funny though, because it only makes you lucky when you run into the opportunity, because that doesn't make you like I'm saying. You just had the desire to succeed, but the fact that that desire was reflected, you were searching. Not only did you seek me out in options. You immersed yourself. You engaged. You kept asking more and more and more and more and more and more. You wanted success. So you got lucky because you had all that drive in you, and that's not luck. That's you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had that drive in there, and you just so happened to meet somebody that met the other end of what you were looking for, and they saw what you had. And then they said, that's the fit. That's the fucking shoe. That's whatever it is, that's the one. Because that's how it works. So that's how it was when I met people. I walk into Def Jam, to LA, CAA, anything at that. I wanted to hustle. I wanted to make money and do stuff. When people were talking to me, whether I was 14 to 18 to 20, I'm telling them this is what I want to do. This is what I'm already invested in. This. I had those desires. I was already willing to work. It wasn't that I came in contact with, billionaires who taught me all this stuff. It's not that when they met me and I was like, oh, you're a billionaire. Oh, must be nice. Oh, that's cool. That'll never be me. All my parents never made more than $50,000 a year. Like, what are you saying? Like, I can't. Oh, that's cool, but that's not for me. Oh, that's cool. Oh, wait, I'll check out your book. Yeah, sometime, and go back to whatever I was doing. You see what I'm saying? You had it there. That's what I'm saying. It's like, understand. That's what I'm saying. Keep that. That's why I don't even worry whether you're retarded or not. As long as you have that stubbornness to get what you want, you're gonna get it. That's why I'm saying, don't even overthink everything, man. See, because now you started, you didn't know shit, right? You had to learn all of this complex big word stuff. Now you understand it, right?
Yep.
Okay, now forget about it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got through the door now. So now you know how the intricacies are working. You know it's complex. But now don't fall back into the trap now of going too far in on that side and looking at it as, okay, well, it's this. No, it's still real life now. It's still business. It's still who you are.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's interesting, but I think it's too, man. Don't even trip, man. And it goes back to this where it's like the people you ask, the friends, this and that. I said it. If you let money be the thing that shows you your value or pretty much your judge, right? If money is supposed to reflect how good you are, how this, how that, it's an awful judge. So are people, so are everything else. For real. Because if that's how it was, it just wouldn't make sense. Think about it. I think everybody in here, I love this stream. I think it's very valuable. I think you could agree, Grant, and everybody else?
Absolutely.
Okay, so then how many people were watching when you first discovered me?
I want to say when I got on when you actually like halfway through the week, like you would do like 2 or 3 days and you're like, all right, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep streaming because you were trying to, I think at the time we're trying to use this to push it into the pledging or whatever. And I want to say like the first couple of streams that I was on was like 50 something people, between 50 and 100 people.
So between 50 and 100 people. Okay?
Yeah.
So think about that. 50 to 100 people, and I had one guy who would drop 30 dislikes on the video.
Yeah.
Right? 10 or 20 people who would just come to call me a scammer, fake, this, that, right? So, yep. And then only 50 people, 100 people watching. So, if I use those metrics to determine the value of what was getting put out here, would that have been accurate?
Yeah, that's an amazing analogy. Of course.
It wouldn't have been accurate though.
No,
you see?
Yeah, no, I'm saying no, it wouldn't. And that's what I think the people that stayed realized, right? And that's what I need to do with myself is realize the value that's actually there and not look for a number to validate that.
Because I'm going to tell you the number is going to come. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understood the value. That's why I was so thankful when guys like you and all those OGs, the Mikes, the Petty Johns, the Finras, when people say, yeah, this is actually very, very helpful. That's why I said, fuck it. I don't even want to do a pledge class. I'm not going to charge people for this if it's helpful. And I saw what it was, and I'm seeing the value in there for people and everybody else. So I knew it would come. Even now, even what you guys see is nothing. There's more to come. But just because even if it stays at that number for the next year, it doesn't change what I know or what I understand. You see what I'm saying? Even if the viewers drop in half tomorrow, it doesn't mean my value dropped in half. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So think about that. That's with you right now, man. You've spent 8 months in here and you're like, okay, I should be at this point. Nah. Understand this. If you keep going at this rate and are smart, the money is a lagging indicator. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
definitely.
lagging. The more work you put in, the money will show. That's why people never make money that's why people suck and they can't even take risk. You know why? Because it's that concept. They'll go in for 3 months and then they'll see the trailing 3-month payment and they're like, this is bullshit. This is going to be nothing. There's no point of this. Why did I do this? I wasted my time. Then they quit. Boom.
Yeah. No, I think, like, with myself, there was never an option of quitting because, like, once I understood the value of this, I understood why that I would have to commit to it. But I think when you're around, like, all the kids at school and, like, why I don't go out on Thursday nights or Tuesday nights when they go out, and then they ask that question all the time, oh, you trade? Oh, my God, like, how much money you make or whatever. So I think just being in that environment kind of brought that, you know, that emotion up in me. But never am I going to quit. You've enlightened me too much for me to ever.
And that's where, too, I'll even tell you, man, you know, the people you're dealing with, you know, don't conform to anybody. Conformity, Earl Nightingale, that's what kills it. And honestly, if you already know now, see, I told you, if that's how most people are going to view either the markets, or if most people don't even understand money and that's how they view it, well, don't even engage yourself in these conversations. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a trap.
No,
I'm not telling you don't go hang out with these people. You know me, Grant. Grant knows. No, I get down. I get down harder than all of you in every single year. You guys have no idea, you know. I want you to network. I think Grant is a killer networking, and I think that networking you have is going to take you to a whole nother arm of your life and business you don't even understand, Grant. I'm telling you.
Well, that's why I stayed in school and went back to here, because, I mean, oh my God, the kids I know here, it's unbelievable. Like, I know kids in Morocco. I'm going to go to Jordan this summer to see my friend. And then, I don't know, I got people in Kenya, people in Chile, people in Ecuador. It's just like, I'll just meet and be friends with everybody.
And that's what you keep doing. And guess what? People ask, you know, if you know they're going to ask that about money and this and that, and you already know where the conversation is going to go. Or the best is when it's the person who's been already giving you shit for it, right? And then they ask you, and you know why they're asking you. You see what I'm saying? You know exactly. So you already.
It's the same thing, because people ask me, like, how much money you make in trading. It's the same as people that'll be like, college isn't worth it because of the debt. And then, like, for me, I was thinking about it. People are looking at, like, they're looking at the cost, the upfront cost, and not the opportunity cost that they're missing out on. And I think, like, I'll leave college and that value won't be there, right? Because if I take out loans, I'll be behind.
See, even then, you're talking and thinking way too much about it. You stay in your lane, bro. People are different. You are different. You stand out. You refuse to be confined to your environment. If they can't understand that and live in their bubble, you do that. So don't engage in a negative conversation, though. If somebody asks you how much money you make and this and that, and you already know, I make a lot, I lose a lot. Be like, I don't know. You joke, fuck with them. Make it a joke.
Yeah.
Tell serious, like, I don't even know. I'd be like, I think I lost it all last week. Who knows? Because it doesn't matter. Because guess what? The same people, right? The same people, college, this and that. You say you're not making money now, they're gonna give you shit. Guess what? You don't understand this because you haven't done it yet. You go make $1 million and go back to that same person. You want to know what's gonna happen?
What?
You're gonna get the same response, my G. It's just gonna be rephrased differently. They're gonna say you just got lucky. It was just because of this. Oh, but you don't know anything about this. Yeah. Whatever. And they're still not gonna. It's the same exact shit.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
No, that is true. I think that was one of the things I sent you, and you said that you're like, you know what everyone said to me. He's like when you like made that money, they're like, oh, like why didn't you tell me when you were onto all this stuff, like while you were doing it, and then like you're like that's how they react all the way up until you make the money. Then they all just like find a reason to tell you that you were lucky the whole time, that you weren't reading all those books and investing all that time right in front of their faces, you know?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why you just stay in your lane, man. And you have to understand they're different. You know, I'll tell you another end of it. I was gonna say with the exceptional aspect, but even then, man, those people like it's just gonna. Well, even then, no, I will say, man, it's exceptionalism. I was gonna make this a philosophy video. I really wanted to talk about it, so maybe I'll get into it now because this is very, very important because this explains everything. What does the term exceptionalism mean? Do you know what that means?
No, I don't.
What does it mean to be exceptional? Chad, what does it mean to be exceptional? Go ahead. You could Google it, whatever. Let's see what people say with it. I want to know. what exceptional really means. Let's see.
It says unusual, not typical.
There you go. Unusual, not typical. Look at some people said best version, anti-liberal. Be yourself, above and beyond, outstanding, being your own, different, exceeding expectations. So what was the definition you said, Grant?
Unusual, not typical.
Unusual, not typical. Exactly. So unusual and not typical, that means relative to something that's relative, right? To its environment. So you and your environment, you are unusual and you are not typical, right?
Yeah.
So you are exceptional. You guys should all go for exceptionalism. You want to be exceptional. Everybody does. But here's the next part though. Are you ready? Exceptionalism does not mean you're superior. Do you see that? That's the fine line that everybody messes up on. That's where you guys are getting into stock. Sometimes you may have even created this problem talking to your friends about the stock market, because you may have told them, I come from the same thing as you, but I'm going to do this. That's not typical, stands out, this and that. So that might come off as you think you're superior, and people do not like that. So at the same time, you have to understand you're different. You're set out. You refuse to be confined by your environment, and you are going to do what you are going to do. But that does not mean, doesn't mean you're condescending. It does not mean you're superior. So when these people have differences of opinions or this and that, it does not mean you're better than them, you're smarter, they're dumber, or anything. You are just different, my friend. You think differently. You are exceptional. And it's funny because you know where exceptionalism was. Think of, I need my water. Amazon is about to break a high. Watch that. I wanted those plays, but the 1972s, $10 for 20, but there's an hour left. But watch out for that. But you know me. I like history. I like America. So everything with exceptionalism, you probably heard this in one of your stupid history classes you didn't pay attention to. American exceptionalism. Does that sound familiar?
Nope.
Damn, bro. Come on, study. So, it's literally American exceptionalism. That's how America became what it was. It was this idea that one day the Americans were from the United Kingdom at one point and they came here, right? And they said, you know what? Compared to their other peers in all these countries and everything else, they said, we're different. We're not going to pay your taxes and we're not going to do this. Yeah, McDonald's is ripping, man. We're in the money too. But they literally said, we're different from these countries. We're not going to operate the same way that everybody has been operating and every one of our peers and everybody in the same world has been doing. That's it. That's America. And they said, we're going to be different. And that's what created America. That's what created creativity. That's what created freedom and everything else. And it wasn't that that they thought they were better. They just said, we're different. We think differently. We operate differently. And we refuse to live and act in the same little box and bubble that you guys are in. There's nothing wrong with your box or bubble. Do your thing. I'm going to live in my box and bubble. It's just different than yours. So that's it. But you have to understand, though, you could talk with those people, but you can't really talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people. Yeah. Go ahead. You could smoke with them. You could drink with them. You could have fun with them. But be careful. You don't want to do it too much with them because influences. But then at the same time, there's going to be conflict trying to talk to people who are different from you. And it's not because you're fighting. It's because you both are literally speaking a different language. I speak, you listen, you understand what I'm saying. Even you're like, I didn't grow up with money or this and that, but you get what the fuck I'm saying. The people listening, if you stick around for 7 hours, you get what I'm saying. You are speaking my language. The other people who click and go away, the people you talk to about it, this, and they don't, and they're fighting with you about it, they do not understand your language. So do you see why there's a communication issue?
Yeah. I mean, that was like one of my favorite quotes from Einstein is, great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. So whenever I feel like you just understand things different than them, so like I can go into once the conversation starts happening and I understand their answers, you can understand why, and then it helps you process it more.
Yeah,
and that's why I like to stream, because I talk to everybody at school, and I still, even like some of the people that I would think would be as like hungry or eager to learn these kind of things still aren't. So that's why I just keep coming into the stream, meet more people, and slowly kind of add people in that are around that same mindset.
That's how you do it, bro. And even then, it goes back now everything to the timing, man. You are going to be great. There, you see what could happen. You just can't quit and let the outside world and these people distract you from the goal. That is what makes it so difficult. And you see time now, and it takes a lot of time, even for your trades and for your growing. So be realistic with your expectation for what it's going to take for you to really make the big bucks. You shouldn't be making money right now, so chill. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And keep going and going and going. And the best thing, see, I could tell you this on my phone. Unfortunately, we are on this live, so you guys have to hear it. But these are my private phone calls. I'm just letting you listen. That's how we do these 11 out of 11s. But this helped me understand the real thing of time. And I didn't realize this till maybe like a year and a half ago. And it was crazy because it just clicked in my mind. You know, I love my Bible. That's one of my favorite business books. So and one day I was just thinking, I was like, why is this Bible so freaking big, dude? Like, think about how many words and this. I was like, no, that's why nobody wants to read this, man. You know, think about it. It's so hard. But then I read, and then, you know, I've read it so many times. You know, the Bible will explain hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years in a few pages, but it still takes hundreds and thousands of pages, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I realized. I was just like, damn. Even the Bible is a summary of these people's lives. And you hear about the people in the Bible, and it's saying this guy did this and this and this and did. You see him fail and succeed and fail and succeed. But then guess what the craziest part is? That person, you could read the Bible about these prophets and this and that. And again, I don't care what you view it as religiously, because when I don't always believe in God. You know, I would view the biblical text and religious text as history and evidence, like I do with everything. And I was just saying, you know, you see these people's errors, and they still were making errors. But even in if their summary of their book is 300 pages, and that still took a long time, we still missed out on hundreds of years of that person's life we never got to see. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it was a deep concept for me. It blew my mind, because at that moment I realized, like, even in there's just gaps of time has moved so slow. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be highlight events, but even then, like, these guys that were making errors and success and all this, you're doing all that stuff right now in your life, but there's so many days that go by that it's all leading up to the big events, but you don't actually see everything day after day, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know if that makes sense. See, that's why when I say it out loud, it didn't come out as I really thought, but in my mind, it blows my mind. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's in line with that concept that, like, you just have to have, like, that faith in something that, like, you know that, like, the day-to-day operations of yourself are just going to lead to something.
No,
and, like,
I'm not. No, not even. See, I wasn't even viewing it like faith or anything. I was just simply viewing it as time. You see? So if they summarize someone's life and it took them hundreds of pages to just give the summary, that means there's so many days and years that get missed out. So how much longer would that really have been? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Because then that makes you kind of put things in perspective.
Exactly. It puts it in perspective, because I'm reading about these dudes in the Bible, this and that. I'm like, damn. And like but then people overlook. It's like, then 50 years went by, then 30 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, what happened in that 30 years? That person was probably stuck at the same stage in their life, trying to figure out the test that they needed to advance to the next level. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes it'll take you 10, 20, 30 years. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I like those stories, because at the end of the day, they all get rich and do this. Someone said at the end they all die. I don't know if that happens. Do they all die at the end of the Bible? I think all of them but one. So shout out Jesus, you know, he's tight. But besides that, you know, there's time of it. And that's what I'm saying. There's going to be a lot of time, and things are going to take time, and it's everywhere. And we could look at the success stories, but it's very easy to miss, the time periods in between and what it took.
Yeah, definitely. And that keeps everything in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps you in check from, placing those expectations on yourself that you've put in all this time, you should be here, but
exactly.
you think you feel like you're gonna feel like you've lived those 1,000 pages, but really, you've probably only written one page out of your book.
Dude, you're only in like a paragraph. That's it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Compared to me, back in April, I had opened up an E-Trade and just dumped money in it to it because I didn't know what I wanted to do with it.
See, and there you go, and it's crazy, and you see it right away. The only thing, that's why I said, slow down, go smaller positions. You've learned a lot, but now you're expecting more. And you're saying, I put in this work, I should get this. Shut your ass up, Grant Gailey. I'll slap your ass. Don't you ever be entitled like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. I need to hear that. Right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you want millions? Think about it. If you're telling me everybody has to put in 8 months and then they get all the money after 8 months, fuck that. You see what I'm saying? You wouldn't even want to be a millionaire if that was the case. It'd be too easy.
No, that's true, because I stopped getting, I was like not proud of the place. Like I bought on Wednesday the McDonald's 197.50s for 100.
Yo, LH, hold up. It's Biotech 2. Laboratory Corp. It's dropping. I grabbed a put, Laboratory Corp. LH. Hold on. Look at that, baby. Human algo. We could get deep in these talks, and I'm still all over the board. So if you don't like these and you think we're off topic, I think you're off topic getting distracted, baby. We making moves. I think I responded too quick to that, though. Watching now. Let's see. That's a big move, though. Big move in volume, and I'm looking at it just because it's related to what's it called? Yeah, I think I got it too early. But I think it's and I jumped on it early because of UNH and everything else today. That's why I was an eager beaver. So let's see on that. How did you get in? Because think about it. That I got in we got it pretty quick right there. I caught that in the first candle. Hold on. Yeah, big spreads. So watch, go to June if anything. Yeah, big spreads, but you could throw that. See, they're widening the spreads too. That could be hinting at something. So widening of the spreads is hinting something. You could throw in stuff. I got lucky. I got lucky if I got filled. They're just starting. The spreads are about to go crazy. The Mays aren't too bad, but they're wild. The 155s, those spreads aren't too bad, but it's still risky. But at least it is a May 15th. So watch that though. Very interesting. Oh, dude, McDonald's are up 200%, and the Amazons are still up 5. Amazon could drop here at the end of the day. That's what Apple did last time. All right. So sorry about that. Yeah, we're watching that though. What were we saying?
I think we were talking about me being entitled to it, and I think I felt that way because I started to go back and review my trades. And on Wednesday, I picked up a McDonald's contract for $197.50 for May 17th for $1.40. And I don't know what it's at now. I stopped looking because it was making me upset. But it's once I kept seeing that I was in the right places, taking the trades at the right times, I started to feel like I was entitled to the movement that was happening and the profits that should have came from that, instead of just, understanding that, you put yourself in the right place at the right time, that eventually it's gonna click.
Amen. I'm telling you, just humble yourself every corner. That's why do you think I was telling you, fuck your emotions. You're like, oh, okay, the emotions in this trade and this. No, just go in your real life. Control your emotions. Be humble with everything. Don't expect anything. Don't be entitled with stuff. You see what I'm saying? And be great.
Yep.
Don't forget where you came from. Where a little bit of money, where you're like, damn, I'm up on this money. Take it. You know what I'm saying? And be happy about it. And just move little by little and go there. But definitely, like I was saying, dude, if it's 8 months and everybody got paid like that and you feel that you're entitled to that, you wouldn't want to be a millionaire at that point. You got to put in
Right.
more
That's
work.
what I always tell myself is like right, because if it was especially when I was at home too. I was like, if it was going to come that easy and that I would just make all this money and not have to go back to school, like, would I really even be happy with it when it happens? Like, no, like, I need to be obsessed with, like, this long journey that's going to play out over my life, and that's what's going to give it its value.
Oh yes, and too, and like imagine this is what I'm telling you in life, man. People make money. You know that? Like people make a lot of money. They just don't keep it, and they never get rich. It's
Right.
it's insane, but it does at the same time. So a subpoena on LH. Then why is it bouncing? That would make sense. Hold on. But no, see, I'm throwing off here with the market now. But I need to update my software probably. But we have what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. I'm looking at LH and the subpoena, and I'm thinking of like possible solutions in my mind while trying to think of what I'm saying. Oh yeah, people who work and they don't get the money on it. It's because of the skills you need to acquire the money. That's why I'm telling you in life, like that's why the stock market is beautiful, and that's why it hustles so many people, because people think they're gonna get rich with zero discipline, work, this and that, and it just doesn't make sense. And like I've said it, the same blessing could be a curse if it's given at the wrong time. You know that, Grant?
Yeah.
So it's like literally you go hit a trade tomorrow, make $1 million. I think it would curse you.
Yeah, I thought about that too, because when I first started trading, I made $1,500 in one day trading huge option, like tons of expensive contracts on TLRY and CGC, and I made like $1,500, and that was a curse, because I just kept continuing that pattern. And I remember even my financial advisor said that, because I sent it to him like, oh, like, thank you for teaching me what options were or whatever. And he was like, you better like pay yourself or something like that. He's like, take that money out. He's like, because that's not going to happen all the time. So that then was a curse that I thought was a blessing.
And now, how much was that?
With like $3,000, I think I made like $1,500 profit on there, or maybe more.
Okay, so think about that. $1,500 got you acting like a fool.
Yeah.
The minute you make a quick $1,500, you get prideful. You don't listen. You won't listen to anybody. You go on your own plan. So think about that. All you're showing the world is that if you believe in God, you believe in God. If you believe in nature, spiritual, whatever, the universe, I believe in. I say it. You're showing the universe, oh, you can't handle $1,500. Because what's going to happen? If we give you, you get another $1 million, you're going to be another little 6'9" running with face tats saying, fuck everybody, trade stocks. Yeah, spending, and you would blow up all your money. And 3-4 years later, you would actually end up in a worse position because you got rich first without developing any certain skills or qualities. That's why I said it in that video. Kids that are born into rich families are cursed. They're either they don't know how to make money, or they are paralyzed by fear of people wanting to take their money, or people trying to give them other ideas, or the fact that they don't know how to do it. Or they already realize they have every money in the world and they're not able to acquire anything else beyond material.
Yeah.
So you have to.
And that's why, like, with the middle class, it's like, yeah, I've always worked, so I've always had like a little bit of money. But I think as soon as the money starts coming to me in like an easy manner, like then I can tell, like, it's in my trades. Like, won't take any weeklies. I'll build up my account, and then for whatever reason, the week that I made the most profits, I took the most weeklies. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it's just that mental thing in the back of my head. It's like I don't want to hang on to that money because I'm not used to having it. I'm not used to ever having money come to me that easy. As like sitting on a computer making a trade.
Exactly. So
that's just like that mental barrier I have to start being conscious of. That like see the money, know what I have to do when I have that profit there, like, take it out.
So now here's the funniest part about all of it, because people think they're gonna get to this. Even after saying that, some people are like, "Well, shit, I don't care let the market curse me." You know what I'm saying?
Right?
So that's
Wish it worked like like that.
Yeah, no, and people think it does, but that's what I'm saying. Here's the ultimate paradox, and here's the secret to the stock market. If you could show you know how to live life and actually operate and control yourself and do that, the market will pay you a fuck ton of money, because that's all it is.
Yeah.
If you show you're responsible enough to handle that, that's how the world works. The money goes to the people who are going to handle it properly every time, because the people who aren't, it goes right off there. So you have to build.
I remember one of the stats when I was getting into it was like, I forget what the numbers, but how many like millions or billions of dollars changes hands every day in the stock market. And it's so funny because it always, every day there's all that exchange of money, and who it ends up with is the same people with the same set of skills that can handle it,
So there you go. And that's what I'm saying. So you keep going day after day, month after month, year after year. You build that skills to handle the money. You're not going to chase it. It's going to come running to you, because it's that you're the home, baby. You keep it safe, and it knows that you know how to do it. And you're showing the universe you're making money, you're taking the money, and what are you doing with it? You're using it, and you're not wasting it, and it's creating more good from what you're doing. That is how the world is supposed to work. You feed what feeds you. So if the market isn't going to feed you, if you're feeding trash and you're not, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the market would love to make you really rich. So there you go. But we're power hour. We got to wrap it up, Grant. This has been an hour already, you motherfucker. So leave it with one more thing. What do you want to drop it on?
Ooh. That's a tough one. Put me on the spot.
This guy's talking this whole time, and you ask that question. He's like, ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. What do you think, Joss?
I don't know. You're good at getting me to get things out of me, I don't know.
That's good. All right. So then there you go, you guys. Today wasn't a baptism. Today was an exorcism. Let's go. You released that demon from you. Released the powers of the world and all these people and their hateful comments and ignoramus.
Skyworks is popping.
Is it?
Yeah.
Shit. I made this chart big. I don't have time to make it smaller. Oh, come on. That's not a pop. I'm banning you.
Yeah, it is.
I'm timing you out from this phone call. Goodbye. I gotta go. See you later, bro. You were so good, and then you dropped it on Skyworks popping. What are you saying? Do you guys see this? Let's go, baby. It's all good. That was a good call. Grant, you're a fucking killer, man. Keep going. Fuck everybody, man. You know what to do. Everybody, too. There's a lot to learn from that call. Y'all got to shout out Grant for being an OG since 50 viewers, bro. Let's go. Hell yeah, bro. I'll talk to you soon, man. All right. Stay out of trouble. Have fun this weekend. Go get turned up. And you think of your funny non-answer to when people ask you that question, okay? Be prepared.
Yes,
have fun with it. You see what I'm saying? Don't let it give you stress. Have fun with them. Troll them next time. Why do you think I do that? People ask me, they're like, how much money do you make? This and that. I'm like, I'm broke, dude. I don't know. Can I get a loan? I need a loan. What do you got for me?
Yeah, no, I like that. I'm definitely going to use it.
Yeah, there you go, baby. All right, man. I love you, bro. I'll talk to you soon. Finish out today. Don't gamble. Yalla, yalla, yalla. Peace, bro.
Peace.
That was dope, man.